Cyclops Conspiracy, an Adam Weldon thriller, by William Mcginnis, narrated by Tristan Wright. To Western Civilization. Author's Note: the events and characters described herein are fictional, while the places are real. Dream Voyager's route through the Greek islands exactly matches the itinerary described in the author's short non-fiction sailing narrative, Sailing the Greek Islands, Dancing with Cyclops. The only difference being somewhat less bloodshed. For a map to reference as you listen, go to my website, williammcginnis.com. Bill Mcginnis. Chapter 1. The Strait of Gibraltar. 13 suitcase nukes? Adam Weldon looked skeptical. I'm afraid so, the Admiral answered. On their way to target cities in Europe and America. Not good, Tripney said. The three of them sat in the center cockpit of the $9 million, 70-foot sloop Dream Voyager, as it glided on autopilot in light winds under full sail eastward through the Strait of Gibraltar into the Mediterranean Sea. The cliffs of Morocco's Atlas Mountains slid by to starboard, while the Rock of Gibraltar towered to port. Admiral Ty Jepeson's motor launch followed in their wake a respectful 200 yards back, while the United States aircraft carrier USS Nimitz followed 2 miles behind that. Why such extraordinary lengths to tell us this in person? Tripney asked. Because America, Europe, the world needs your help. The tall, somewhat world-weary admiral, an old Navy SEAL buddy of Adam's, exuded authority and urgency. Eyes narrowed, Tripney said, But we need a break from all that. I realize that. The thing is, you're the perfect people, in the perfect position, to quite literally prevent World War III. Adam asked, How? Tripney crossed her arms, frowning. Back in the 80s, Jeppesen said, as the Cold War wound down, 84 portable nuclear bombs the size of attaché cases went missing in the Soviet Union. Just one could devastate a city the size of Paris or New York. If 13, or any number, were set off in Europe or America by Iran-backed terrorists, the inevitable response would be to obliterate Iran, and who knows what else. Russia, Iran's ally, would counterattack, and would be thrust straight into World War III. But why me and Adam? Tripney demanded, scowling. 13 of these bombs will soon be smuggled through the Greek islands aboard sailboats. Why sailboats? Tripney interrupted. Why not private jets? Private planes worked years ago, Jeppesen answered, but now, both big airports and shipping hubs, and also smaller airports, have scanners and sensors, and often bomb-sniffing dogs. And sailboats and yachting marinas are still below the radar, Adam said. Exactly. Jeppesen nodded. You haven't answered my question. Why me and Adam? Tripney asked again. The two of you sailing Dream Voyager look the part. You're glamorous. You'll blend into the Greek islands boating scene. Lots of your people can sail. Get them. You both speak Arabic. Not convincing. The real reason? Yeah, she said. Okay. The real reason? You're the best. Flattery will get you everything. Not. Seriously, Jeppesen said. You're both savvy and resourceful and deadly when needed. Let's face it, you've had more success taking down conspiracies than anyone else we have. Tripney glowered, immobile. What Ty is too diplomatic to say, Adam said to Tripney, is that we're also unofficial, below the radar, and expendable. Well, the Admiral admitted, there is that. So if something happens to us, there's full deniability, Tripney said. That's some sales pitch, Adam asked. So what is the situation? We're looking at a new Islamic terrorist threat group. Calls itself the Jamaat al-Alimlach. That operates in the Greek islands. Jeppesen looked out over the sun-drenched water toward the eastern horizon. Means Cyclops group. And we think it's a mix of ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. They're constantly changing, adapting. Iran supplies weapons. To finance their operations, they raid antiquities.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?